I am here because I have picked up The Venue by TJ Payne. I am reading this on my Kindle. I got this recommendation from Steffi over at What Effie Reads. They will be linked down below, as always. And I just decided to pick this up on a whim because it is technically about wedding, where all these guests get flown out to this luxury wedding kind of vacation in the Alps, and it turns really weird and there is killing and it's a horror. So like I got told that it was weird pretty much. So I was horror weird, I'm on board. I am 34% of the way through and I can attest to some weirdness going on. So far we follow Amy, who is a childhood friend of the groom, Caleb. She gets invited to his wedding and her parents too, and she takes her girlfriend. Love that there's LGBTQ plus rep in it because I need that, especially in my horrors. So great. And she takes her ex and they go and this wedding is so freaky. Like the the groom and the bride and the groom just like have this weird like show going on, but no one's like in on the joke. So everything they do is kind of cringy, but also kind of scary because you don't know if they are acting or wanting people to kill people. So that's just about as much as I've gathered so far. There are obviously some things coming forward about the bride and groom's past and why they have invited the people they have and why they're doing this event at their wedding. But like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, well, everyone's not going to kill someone because then, if like, the book will be quite short, no? If everyone just decides to kill everyone and get free. But then if everyone kills one person, then they'll all be dead, right? Oh, mm, okay. That I just completely went in the world of my own there. So yeah, I am enjoying this book, and I am glad that it's weird, and I can't wait to continue reading. So I will update you once I have something else to say. I am also dying to read The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold. This was gifted to me by the lovely Effie over What Effie Reads. They will be linked down below. This is our besties book brunch book club pick, and I am so excited to get to this one. And it's beautiful, and I just want to read this now. So I'm hoping that I can read The Venue and read some of The Dead in the Dark, and hopefully I will come back in and check in once I have read something. Hi, hello, I'm back because I finished The Venue by TJ Payne. This book was a 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I went into it knowing that it was going to be a wedding novel, of course. So we follow Amy, who has just been invited to one of her childhood friends' wedding. He's rich, he can afford to pay for everyone to come, so it's all inclusive and it's luxury. So she decides to go. I mean, who wouldn't? I would go. So she decides to go, but things take a nasty turn when Caleb and his bride Lilith decide that they want to play a murderous game. They lock down their whole wedding party in this place called Venue in Switzerland, and you have to kill someone in order to be released from this place. So it's either kill or be killed, essentially. And yeah, this was high-paced, fast-paced, sorry. It was high energy. It kept you wanting to know more because everything was happening in such a small span of time. It just kept you on the edge of your seat wanting to know what was going to happen next. And the characters, Caleb and Lilith, were absolute psychopaths. Like, props to the author because it was like believable psychopaths. They were like on steroids and like working out and like training for their weddings so they can kill people, like, for no reason. Like, Caleb's reason for wanting Amy dead is because she rejected him, but in reality she didn't. She was just gay and she didn't want to be with him. So like, it's all kind of wrapped up in the bride and groom's head that these people deserve to die, when in actual fact it's them that has twisted the narrative and made reasons why they should die. It's so strange. I will give this book its props. I was promised weird, I got weird. It was so strange, it was fucked up. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about mild spoilers here, so if you don't want to be spoiled for this book, please wait until the picture of the book disappears so you don't spoil yourself. So yes, spoilers. Oh my god. Okay, so the fact that Amy's mum and dad died, like, is insane, because I knew that there was going to be bloodshed, of course, but I was so happy that the author didn't shy away from killing off part of the main cast that you're meant to care about. So Amy's mum and dad died, which was really sad, and Mariko, her ex-girlfriend, was severely injured by getting her arm blown off, which was like tense. And then we have Lilith and Caleb, who's going about like shooting people with arrows and like swinging maces at their head and stuff. Like, this is the definition of an insane couple. Like, they are nut jobs. I would not want to go to this wedding. I was a little bit let down by the ending, because like they all piled into limos and took off and got to the nearest town and got medical attention. And then we flash back to the venue where the new event planner is arranging for the place to be destroyed, all the evidence to be destroyed, and he's booking another party somewhere else. So I would be interested to see if there could be a sequel to this book, because I suppose you could just go to all the different venues and have different events going. Like the venue, like the party they had planned at the end was a family reunion dinner, so I think that would be really fun to follow, especially if they're all going to kill each other at the end. I was pretty happy that Caleb and Lilith died, because like if they got out of that alive it would have been very unbelievable, because like a mob and a bride and groom, the mob's gonna win. The mob literally took out most of the staff at the venue to get their freedom, and Amy was kind of a badass as well, because she was the one that like set it all in motion. Yeah, but I was a little bit disappointed with the ending, because they kind of just said to leave all of the survivors like alone, which I am happy with, because I want Amy and Mariko to like live a life and not be like chased down. But at the same time, I'm like, I wish there was more of a conversation afterwards with the media, and to see how it affected them, like a week after, 2 weeks after. I think that would have been a nice addition to add. I also wished that we got a bit more of a feel on the wedding guests before the games kicked off, because I felt like as soon as the wedding was over it was like, okay, kill each other, and you didn't have time to care about any of the people that were going to end up killed. I felt like if we spent a bit time mingling with the guests before the killing was announced, then we would have cared more. But anyways, this book was 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I would definitely try something again from this author. As you know, I'm trying to read more horror books, so this was a great recommendation. Thank you, Effie, because I want all the weird, all the horror, and it's coming up to like that time of year where like Halloween's coming and your girl can't wait to get like her spooky bitch on. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I love Halloween, I love autumn, I love all that shit, like just the aesthetic, it's great, I love it. Anyways, I will check back in once I have read something else. So just quickly before I go, I have started The Dead and the Dark by Courtney Gold. This is my buddy read with Effie over at Whatever Reads. They will be linked down below, and I am not far enough into it to have a complete opinion yet. I do plan on reading this throughout the day, so if I have any more thoughts then I will check in and let you know. I think I'm about 50 pages in, so hopefully I can get some more read and check back in later today while I look okay, because once I take this off it's a hot mess and I don't want to record. So hopefully while I'm looking alright I'll check in with my reading.
Every time we touch, your hands are colder, colder. There's no beating coming from your wooden chest. Frozen grin, a mannequin. When I get closer, I can see the strings that underneath your vest.
Hey, hi, hello, I am back because I have some thoughts on The Dead and the Dark. So I have been highly anticipating this book because it has everything that I like. Small town setting, it's gay, it has paranormal aspects, it has kind of like that folksy town vibe that I really very much enjoy, and it also follows like a paranormal TV show, and in the same vein as like Supernatural and Vampire Diaries and stuff. I absolutely love when like supernatural elements get taken into our world because I love it. So in this book we follow Logan, who lives with her two dads, Alejo and Brandon. Sorry, I'm pronouncing names wrong, I am trying. And they are the stars of the Spector's TV show, and on screen they're very different from off screen because they're her dads, obviously. She gets along with Alejo more than she does Brandon. Brandon is a very closed book, and when he leaves LA to go and visit his hometown, it's under the guise of looking for places to film a new episode of their TV show. But there's more to it than that. Brandon and Alejo both grew up in this small town, and this small town is called Snakebite, and creepy shit happens here. And not only does creepy shit happen, it also kind of has this demon that is surrounding it. It is called the Dark, obviously, hence the title, but you don't necessarily know what the Dark is. I have been taking it that it is a demon because it has taken a host. So it has taken Tristan, and he is a local town boy. He was going out with Ashley. That is another character that we follow. As Ashley and Logan both team up to find out what happened to Tristan and what is going on in this small town. Because kids have been gone missing, some have turned up dead. There's this kind of ongoing mystery. Sorry, the lighting is like having a bit of a moody day, so the lighting probably will change. So we follow Logan and Ashley as they try and discover what is going on in this town, and also we follow her dads because Brandon has been accused of killing and abducting a teenager, and that is where the teenager is. But there are interludes in between this narrative that give you the Dark's thoughts, and the Dark speaks like Tristan is a host, so that he is in his mind and controlling his thoughts and actions. So I take it that it is like a demon of some kind, and this is like a possession because that's kind of what it sounds like, but also we don't know a lot about the Dark. Also, I feel like there's going to be a romance between Logan and Ashley, and even though I am here for like all the sapphic shit, I hope that it's done in a way that's not just Ashley clinging to Logan just because she misses Tristan and it is her grief. I really think that that would downplay the romance a bit. I hope that it just happens naturally and that it's not a way for it, like it's I hope it happens naturally and that the romance doesn't heal everything wrong with Logan, because grief goes a lot deeper than that. So I would expect it to be more of a natural friendship into a relationship. I also really want to know what the dads are hiding, because Alejo and Ashley's mum have a past. They used to date, so like there's something going on there. Then Brandon was like, everyone in the town like didn't like him, and like bad things happened until the day he left, and they haven't happened until now, which is like the day he returns. So like there's not a lot of good signs between like them coming to town and all these bad things happening. I am really liking the story so far. It is keeping me on the edge. I really want to know what's going on. This is not disappointing me so far. If I had to rate it at this precise moment, I would probably give it a 3.5 stars. But I am still really early in, so this does have the potential to be a great 5-star read, because I am only like just over a third of the way in, so, and it's so good so far, and it's keeping me engaged, and I really want there to be a romance. I also want the demon or the dark or whatever it is to come out and play a bit more so we can see. And like, there's just been a murder, so like the tension's running a bit high at the moment. So yeah, I am really enjoying this. My plan today is I have to go do something to like prepare for my week of work ahead. But my plan is to finish this, and hopefully I really want to pick up Rainbow Grey for my TBR Tarot vlog, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. But the priority is this book because I'm absolutely loving it, and I cannot wait to see where else it goes. I've just noticed I've been holding this up the whole time, and there's like, it's boring, there's not even the dust jacket on it. Oh well. Anyways, I'm gonna go finish this book and I will get back to you once I have some more thoughts. Is this, like, this book's really matching my hair. Look at this. Like, I feel like this is a vibe, don't you? So I thought that I would just pop in and quickly unbox my Fairyloot, because this has been sitting in my cupboard for like a week now. And instead of making its own video, I thought I would just slide it into a vlog. So there's also going to be an unboxing in here as well. So it makes it more interesting. I believe this is the July box. I have pre-cut it, so I have been avoiding spoilers for this box, so I actually don't know what's in it, which I'm happy about. I do, however, know the book. I think I know the book of this one. I'm not gonna look at that because it has spoilers. Oh, okay, straight away this looks like a book sleeve. I've always wanted a book sleeve, but I didn't want to buy one because they can be quite expensive. So I'm gonna put this down now. Yeah, I didn't want to buy one because they can be quite expensive, so I'm really happy that it looks like there's one in there. So there's also this tin. It has this design on it. It also has a quote, which I will read. Be glad of your human heart, pity those who don't feel anything at all. This is Sarah J Maas tin, which you all know that I love Sarah J Maas. Oh, look at the wings. This is cute. I will probably use this as like my rewards jar for my TBR game, and it can sit on my Sarah J Maas shelf, so I'm happy with this. I will put all of the artists in the corner of the screen so you can follow them and appreciate their art. Okay, so this is a book sleeve and it is so cute. I don't know what this is from. I guess I will look at the spoiler card after. Both sides are just the same, and there's a zip. I believe you could probably fit like 2 books in this, or like a big hardcover. It's got felt on the inside. It feels really good quality. I'm so happy to have a book sleeve. Now all my books will be protected no matter where I go, especially when I take my nice editions places. It's nice to know that they won't get ruined. Okay, so next is an umbrella. It sounds so silly to say that I'm happy to have an umbrella, but I've lost 2 in the last year, and with the rain that we've been having, I need a new one. But now I don't need to buy one, so I'm really happy with that. Again, this could maybe be the Ace of Spades fandom. I know that's just new out, but, or maybe Spell Slinger, I don't know. Try to think of things with cards. I will check once I have everything out of the box. Oh, okay, next we have Cinderella's Dead Socks. I have read this book. I did enjoy it, and these are so cute. They have like dresses of like Cinderella dresses, and then the woods, and then there's the book, and it all matches like the story, and I love these. This is my second pair of socks from Fairyloot, and do you know what, they go to good use. I love a nice pair of socks. And then I think all that's left is the tarot cards, which is one of my personal favorite parts. We have King of Wands, and then we have Queen of Wands. These are absolutely beautiful. I don't know who these are by. Again, I need to look at the spoiler card for all of that. But let's get into the book because I want to see it. It definitely has purple sprayed edges. It is the book that I knew, like I knew this book. I've actually been really excited for this book and for this edition because look at how fucking gorgeous this book is. Like, just appreciate the beauty of this illustration, and then the birds on the edge and the purple sprayed edges at the top. Even the spine, look how beautiful the spine is. So excited for this. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Just look at how absolutely beautiful the artwork is on this book. All the way, even the spine, like the spine naked is so beautiful. And then we have the artwork and the inside of the dust jacket, which is always absolutely stunning artwork. The artwork in all the Fairyloot boxes it's just amazing. I love to go follow the artists that help curate this box because they're so talented, like so talented. Just look at this. Yeah, so I will take a look at the spoiler card now. So the umbrella. Oh, Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I own this book. I have not read it yet. Maybe this is a sign that I should actually finally pick it up. And yeah, maybe I should pick up Heartless. And then we have the book sleeve, which is the Blood and Stars duology by the same author, Elizabeth Lim. I have not read this, but it's on my TBR because my friend loves it, so I need to give it a shot. But I will be prioritizing this one, Six Crimson Cranes, first. Again, all of the artists will be displayed on the screen. And then we have the tin, which is Sarah J Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And this is just going to go on my Sarah J Maas shelf because now it's just like a collection. And then we have the socks that are Cinderella is Dead, and I have read this, so I'm glad to have something of this fandom. And then we have, oh goodness, and then the tarot cards are from Carvel by Stephanie Garber, and these are so beautiful. I have not read this. I own it, Common Theme, and maybe I should get on these books because, like, look at the art that comes along with them. That just makes me so much more excited to read stuff when there's literally beautiful artwork to go along with it. So yeah, that is everything I got from Fairyloot. I am happy with this month's box. I cannot wait for next month's box. I love the addition. Six Crimson Cranes is probably my favorite book I've received from Fairyloot so far, even though I've not read it yet. Like, based solely on aesthetic, this book is absolutely beautiful, so I love that. I hope it's as good as like I want it to be because I'm so super highly anticipating this book, and I'm so happy that I got the opportunity to get this edition. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Comment down below your favorite thing, comment down below if you've read any of these books, and I will check in once I have read some more and actually update you on my reading. I finished The Dead and the Dark and I gave this a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I will definitely be picking up a book by this author again because I liked the writing style. I liked what she done with the narrative and the creepy kind of supernatural aspect of this book was really well done. This kind of reminded me of like watching an episode of Supernatural or the Vampire Diaries, or do you know, like that shows that take a supernatural element and bring it into the real world. This was like that. I really enjoyed the look on the dads going back to their hometown, and without even telling us why they left, it is so obvious by the actions of people in this town. I also liked the dynamic between Logan and Ashley, because Ashley was in so much grief and kind of guilt because her boyfriend was missing, presumed dead by a lot of people, and Logan was kind of your city girl who like detested snakebite, which fair enough, like this town is very backwards and is homophobic and very tight-knit, so when she goes from LA to this town Snakebite, you can definitely feel the tenseness of the situation, especially in Snakebite, because creepy shit happens in Snakebite. Like, so much creepy shit happens in this town. Why it's never been flagged up before, I do not know, but like, it's pretty creepy. Even the flashbacks that we get are pretty creepy. So if you like Supernatural, if you like anything paranormal, if you like sapphic, gay, queer stuff, queer rep, I highly recommend this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. It has a bit of everything, and I will definitely be picking something up from this author again, because queer, supernatural, I need it. Like, I need it. It's so well written as well. So I will definitely be picking up something from this author again, and I highly recommend this book if you're looking for something that fits like your mood. This is a whole ass mood, and I think you'll enjoy it. So I have been struggling with my mental health for the last week, and my reading has kind of went to the wayside, and I completely went off script and did not read anything from my TBR. So I decided to pick up Bitten by Kelly Armstrong. This is a like supernatural contemporary. It's about wolves, which I haven't really read much about. I've read a lot of vampire books, like I have read a lot with supernatural elements, but werewolves hasn't really been something that I followed. I do know that this is like a 13 book series, like because it is the Women of the Other World series. But I found this in a charity shop for like £1.25, so I decided to pick it up on a whim, and with my mental health being what it is, I wanted something that was easy and fun and not something that I would have to work hard on to read. So I decided to pick this up. So far we have met the main character, Elena, and she is a werewolf. And she is trying to live a normal life. She wants to be with her partner Philip. She wants to have a job as a journalist. Like, she literally just wants the definition of normal. The only thing is it's so hard to have normal when you have to sneak out like once, twice a week to change into a werewolf. Like, I think you're asking for something that's not really plausible. So she gets a call from her pack leader, her ex-pack leader, Jeremy. He says there's something going on, there is an emergency, and she then has to go and see him. But this means that she has to go see all of her old pack that she kind of, I wouldn't say abandoned, but she left them to live a different life, and she was totally under the impression that she was never going to go back and she was done with that life. But she's been kind of drawn back in by this emergency. So she gets there, we meet the pack. There is a few people that we have met. She had a relationship with one of the pack members, Clay, and he is still kind of butthurt that she left and didn't come back and didn't contact him. She has really good like relationships with all of the people in the pack. Like, her relationships with them are like so different, and I really enjoy the aspect of her interacting with all of these pack members, but every time she does, it's something new, because she, like, it's just different with every single person she meets, which is great. I really enjoy that. And I also like the fact that she's the only female werewolf, because in this world it is only sons that get the gene to become werewolves when they're 16. So it is hereditary most of the time. It is very unlikely to get bitten by a werewolf, but if you do, it's very hard to stand the process of turning, and it is pretty much unheard of for a female to withstand the changes of the bite until Elena. And there's something going on the land, because Jeremy, the pack alpha, has a house and acres of land for him and his pack to have some freedom and know that they're not going to get like hunted or killed, or hurt anyone pretty much. And on this land there is people from the town turning up dead, and it is none of the pack. So this is why he invited Elena back, because he needs all hands on deck to start looking for the person that is killing all these people. And that is as far as I've got so far. It's actually really good. I am, how far am I in? I am 137 pages in. I am actually really happy that I picked this up, because it is kind of taken my mind off of a lot of things, and it's been quite fun and easy to read. So I will check back in once I have finished this, because my TBR is totally out the window now. So I am just going to enjoy myself and read some of this werewolf smut. I hope it's smut. It says a tasty confection of werewolf sex and vendettas. Gory, sexy fun. So far we've had a little sexy, so I'm hoping that it gets sexier. But yeah, I am enjoying myself with this, and it's gave my mind a much needed break from reality. So I will check back in with my final thoughts on this book. Hey, so I'm back because I finally finished Bitten by Kelly Armstrong. I gave this book a 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. So in this book we follow Elena, and she is the only female werewolf in existence, and she got turned by her ex-lover Clayton, and Elena decided to venture out the pack and start a life more on the human side of things. She met Philip, her now boyfriend, and she's been living quite a peaceful existence. The only downside is she has to like sneak in alleys and stuff to change into a wolf once a week. This all goes to shit when she gets a phone call from Jeremy, the alpha of the pack, telling her that there is issues that she needs to come help with. And that is where the story takes off. I really enjoyed the characters in this book. Elena was quite a good character to follow. Like, she's kind of a badass, and I was afraid because like when I think of Elena, I think of the Vampire Diaries, and Elena in the Vampire Diaries is really whiny, and I didn't want that for this book, simply because this is an adult book. So I would hope that the main character is slightly more mature in the way she handles things, and she was, which I really enjoyed. I also enjoyed the interactions with the pack alpha, Jeremy, who I like Jeremy, and her interactions with Clayton, because there's a past there and you get to learn why they are no longer together and why Elena is so mad at him. So I really enjoyed this. There is also the main plot of the story, which is that the Mutt, which is essentially a lone wolf, a wolf that doesn't have a pack, doesn't have territory, and just kind of wanders like a nomad. A group of mutts decide that they want territory, they want a place that the pack doesn't have a say really, so they kind of want to eliminate the pack so that they can kind of rule by themselves. And in doing so, the leader of this pack is Daniel, and he decides it would be a good idea to turn human killers into werewolves. Obviously not the best idea, and mayhem, destruction and fighting ensue. I really enjoyed the wolf aspect of this book, the way that the shifts and the abilities of the wolves are written is like very believable, and obviously to an extent, but it was very good in the way that they changed and the way that they lived. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book, and I jumped straight into the sequel. I enjoyed it that much. I highly recommend this book. I gave it a 4 stars. I went away and bought books. So I have this one, which is the first one, and I have the sequel, and I went away and bought books 3 to 7 because I need them, and I am really, really enjoying myself with this world. So I highly recommend this. And if you have not read this, I would pick it up because yeah, it's great. That is all I have for you for this extras vlog. I ended up reading more books that weren't on my TBR than were actually on my TBR, so this vlog is actually more entertaining than my TBR Tarot vlog, which tells you, like, tell me you're a mood reader without telling me you're a mood reader, because I'm a mood reader. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below, let me know what you're currently reading, let me know if you've read any of these books, subscribe, hit the like button, do all the things that YouTube's find appeasing, I don't know, and I shall see you next time. Stay safe, happy and healthy.
Pack up my summer in a Ziploc bag. Old maps and tchotchkes, photographs said this and that. I'll write myself a letter so that I'll remember